Good afternoon everyone. I, Tanu Jurel, with my teammates Kalyani Shukla and Kapil Gupta are here to present macroeconomic aspects of MahaKumbh. Kumbh Mela 2025, the largest religious gathering. Kumbh Mela is a religious festival that has been happening for over 2000 years. It takes place after every 12 years where three rivers meet, Ganga, Yamuna and the mythical Saraswati. The event happens in a huge 4,000 hectare area by the river banks. There are three types of Kumbh Mela: Ardh Kumbh, Poorn Kumbh and MahaKumbh. The Kumbh happens after every 6 years is Ardh Kumbh, and the Kumbh happens after every 12 years is Poorn Kumbh, and the biggest one happens once in 144 years is MahaKumbh. In 2025, the MahaKumbh Mela held in Prayagraj. Over to Pratul.
So now let's talk about the big ticket affairs of MahaKumbh 2025. Firstly, the total budget of the MahaKumbh 2025 was 7,500 crores, and the population are expected to be around 400 million, which is the 1/4 population of the whole country. Now the steps taken by government: 6 big bridges. 6 big bridges have been made by the government for the better logistics and management of supplies in MahaKumbh area, which is costing about 275 crores. Now 1 lakh meals a day. The government is providing 1 lakh meals a day in the kitchen named Maa Ki Rasoi, which has employs around 500 employees daily working. Digital security by AI technology. Now the technology has been also used, which also create the employment opportunities in the area of IT sector, and also provide future projects and future opportunities for freshers. Underwater drones to prevent chaos. Underwater drones has been also implemented to prevent chaos in such a large chaotic Kumbh area. Crowd alert systems to ensure safety. To ensure safety of the people in Kumbh, there are also different crowd alert systems. Over to Kalyani.
So whatever we see till now, the expected population is around 400 million, amounts to 40 to 45 crores. The people are coming. Every one of the 4 Indian citizens will be in the temporary city of Prayagraj. Sounds very huge. It's like 3 times the population of Russia. So Kumbh is all about the study of crowd management, waste management and logistics. These 3 major topics, what all dozens of universities and institutions are trying to study. And institutions like Harvard, London School of Economics, Kyoto universities and every other big university and institution is coming in India to study these 3 major topics. Now, this MahaKumbh is considered as a seasonal economy. Why seasonal economy? Like this is the chart here. In Diwali, however, we are getting the 4.2% revenue. In wedding season 4.2, and MahaKumbh is itself generating the 60% revenue of what wedding season is and what Diwali season is. So yeah, of course, a huge opportunity. The total budget allocated by government was earlier 6,500 crores, but now it has gone up to 7,500 crores. If we see the multiplier effect, what is the multiplier effect? If we put some efforts and it is giving the multiplication of it, the effect. So government is implementing 7,500 crores, but the revenue government is generating is 24x. That means 24 times. Very huge. Now, this is the whole comparative analysis. What happened in 2013, what happened in 2019, and is expected to happen in 2025. 2013, we saw the tourist gain was 8 crores, here 24 crores, and here it is expected to come about 45 crores. Budget allocated was 1300 crores, here 3700 crores and 6400. Now the figure has revised and it has gone up to 7500 crores. Coming to the major this part, financial transaction. The 2013 Kumbh generated effect दिया था 0.12%. Here 0.63%, and it is expected that this year's MahaKumbh will generate the 1% of the GDP. Thank you.
So there are some other contributions of MahaKumbh. First is promotion of cultural heritage. It helps in keeping tradition, rituals and religious practices alive. Second is social cohesion. It brings people together, fostering unity and harmony among different communities. Third is boost to local handicrafts and artisans. Creates businesses opportunities for local craftsmen, sailors and artists. Fourth is environmental awareness, and the MahaKumbh encourages cleanliness and efforts to protect rivers and nature also. Fourth is tourism infrastructure development. It leads to better roads, hotels, transport and other facilities to visitors. Sixth is global recognition. It increased India's reputation worldwide as a place of rich culture and spiritual significance. Over to Kalyani.
Now, coming to the major part, what we are doing, the Maha economics of Kumbh. So before learning the economics, let's deep dive into the history of White Cave. So the little history of Prayagraj in 1800s, British East India Company took over the Prayagraj region, and they realized that after every 12 years there is something, a mela or a fair happening in this area, and the revenue generation was very high. Of course, the Britishers did not have any sentiments or any religious or spiritual aspect, but what they focused were on the business aspect. So what they implemented was, they put a tax of 1 rupee per devotee in order to take the holy dip into the confluence of these three seas. Imagine ₹1 per person at the time when the salaries were not even in double digits. Very huge tax. If we see in 1882, British East India Company collected around 50,000 from MahaKumbh alone. And in MahaKumbh, there is a prevalence of barbers. Like there is a huge business of barbers. So at that time, there was a huge business revenue generation from it. Now, why are we studying Kumbh? It is big money, hub of economic activities, creating jobs and revenue at the same time. Change. Apart from that, environmental economics. Of course, it is said that everyone who is coming to the Kumbh will be generating some amount of waste, of course. So for that, environmental economics is a term that has been generated. For every the waste generated, there is also the employment generation capacity of the government. There are several jobs that is created in the green industries to make it the opportunity and sustainable economic models. Apart from that, a soft power economics. Of course, it is visible that India can take initiatives. India can contribute to the big missions and overall global business operation.
So now coming to local business and job creation in MahaKumbh. Local business stability. MahaKumbh also does not only promote local business, but it also helps in sustainability of them. The handicrafts of the Prayagraj and the local sweets, not only in the area of Kumbh, but the closing area of the Kumbh, including Banaras, Kanpur, they made some stalls like this, which is selling sweets like chena jalebi and all, which are local sweets of Prayagraj. Local retailers. Due to MahaKumbh 2025, the revenue increased from up to 40% to 50% in the local retailers. Employment in construction. As a huge construction was done in MahaKumbh, so the employment was over around 20k employment opportunities were generated. Transportation jobs has an influx of around 30,000 jobs, and approx 3,000 buses were made. As I already told, that 6 new bridges were made, and 29 small bridges on a temporary basis were also made for smooth flow. Spillover effect. Spillover effect refers to the effect which is not only affect the area which have the MahaKumbh, but also the sublime area or the area close to them. As I already told, Banaras, Kanpur and Prayagraj and the nearby areas, small villages also have the effect of MahaKumbh on its economy, and the local retailers also had impact. They had increased footfall from up to 20%. The further steps will be explained by
economic juggernaut. Now coming to, of course, a temporary GDP boost is there. Of course, the MahaKumbh will be contributing to the 1% of India's GDP this time. UNESCO has given the MahaKumbh the award for intangible cultural heritage. इसको हटा दो. So which sectors could be benefit most? Coming to the tourism and hospitality, the major proportion of the revenue is coming from this sector only. Over 1 million foreign tourists are expected to come, generating about 40,000 crores. Coming to retail and consumer goods, 20,000 crores. Key products like edible oils and milk products are there. Religious and handicraft items, 20,000 crore and 5,000 crore respectively. Transportation and helicopter services, coming to the debut this time. There were not earlier services available, but this time they're coming with expected to overget 157 crores of revenue. Temporary and medical camps, another 3,000 crores. And digital payments, Wi-Fi services, another 50 crores. Okay, so coming to the what all macro aspects we did, the crux of it. Employment, of course, 65 crores employment will be generated. Income generation in areas like food, accommodation. Government spending is not 5,000 crores now, it is 7,500 crores. Tourism will be boosted up, and of course there will be inflationary impacts. As we are seeing right now, the prices there are somewhat high.